Hi everybody, welcome to this week's question and answer video. Today is Monday. I do these every single Monday. I'm answering questions from last Monday, the last question and answer video. I encourage all of you, please go down into the comment section down below, ask a question, come back next Monday and see your answer and let me know what you think and keep asking questions. I hope everyone's feeling good. The year has started, we're getting well into it. I'm in a great mood today. Not exactly sure why. I got a little good news earlier, but I'm in a great mood and I hope that doesn't upset anybody, and I hope that it encourages you to say, I want to be in a great mood. I'm going to try and be in a great mood, because you can try. Before I get into my suggestion, I'd like to recommend my petition I started, Stop Narcissistic Online Bullying. It's a petition I started a while ago, not too long ago, and I really need your guys' support. If you haven't already, please go down into the, let's see, I'll put it in the comment section, I'll put it in the description box. Just follow the link and tap it. It's a world, global-wide petition for all of us. All of us. It's to help protect all of us, to help all of us have a better society, live in a better society. So please sign it and share it. Thank you. So my suggestion today is, with the, in the Northern Hemisphere, we're in winter, and I hear a lot of us, and I see a lot of you guys saying how bad it is and how dark and cold and windy, and it's just depressing. A lot of us get situational depression in the seasons. But so let's look forward to, what do you want to do when the weather changes, when it's nicer? What do you want to do? Let's think of something and plan one thing that you want to do when the weather is better, and it's something to look forward to. And for those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, like Australia, I know that it is summer now, but it'll be over soon. What do you want to do before it's over, before it gets cold down there? So think about it. Let me know. Share it if you want. I'd love to know what some of the things you guys want to do when it gets nicer. I know I like to just get out and show my pasty white skin and enjoy, and let the sun hit it. It just feels good just to be outside. Let's get into the questions, which are always good. I try to pick out the questions that I can answer to make this video not too long. If I miss anyone's questions, please let me know. Please always ask me again. Keep a rapport if you want. This stuff is complex. It's not easy. We need to understand it. We need to learn. If I can help you do that, give me that opportunity. Give me that chance. Keep asking questions, okay? And let me know what you think of my answers. So first one is from Selema again in France. Hi, Selema. I found a powerful sentence to describe the process of working on ourselves. I like this. Trauma is not my fault, but now that I am conscious of it, it is my responsibility. Everybody is capable of healing. It's up to what we decide to do about it. We are not a product of our experiences. We're a product of our choices and our decisions. So decide what you want to do, commit to it, invest in it. It's your responsibility, nobody else's. We can't leave our life in other people's hands anymore and leave it up to people and blame people or anything like that. So thank you, Slema. I love that too. And Nessa from the United Kingdom. Hi, Nessa. The attachment styles are very interesting and well explained here, David. Thank you. It would be nice to hear more on this subject, especially regarding narcissist relations. Great informative video. Thanks, David. Great questions this week. So many topics covered just when you think you've learned everything. Very interesting. Give Danny a kiss from me. I'll give her two. Thank you. I found attachment styles really interesting when I came across them a few years ago. And again, they're not bad or good or anything. It's just who we are. It's the way we are. Our attachment style is decided by how we feel the first time we attach to people, our parents. It could be in the first month, first year, first 2 years, and it just develops over time in our childhood by the attention that we get and how it feels. They're not wrong. They're not bad or good. It's just who we are, and we need to know this stuff. The attachment style is a model. I can't remember who brought it up, but who made it. But it's informative in a way that can help us heal and know who we are in our relationships, know how we respond in relationships, to know what we need in relationships, because we're all different. We all even have different emotional needs. And Nessa, you're talking about the narcissist relationship. I guess you're talking about the victim narcissist, and the victim will often have the anxious, unsure attachment style, and that was because the parents didn't give us enough attention. So it was hit and miss. Mom is great one day and she loves me, and then the next day, where is she? Is she coming back? When is she coming back? Does mom love me? Where's dad? Oh, there they are. Okay. Eventually there they are after I went through a bunch of stress and anxiety. And so I can't just calm down, and I'm just always wondering, are you going to leave again and stuff like this. This sets us up for narcissists, because that's narcissistic parenting in itself. And I'm not calling anybody's parents a narcissist with a disorder, but it's narcissistic parenting when the attention wasn't fully on the child. All the attention fully on the child makes the child have a secure attachment style. And so here we go, enter life with an anxious, unsure attachment style, and we seek attachment. So everybody seeks attachment. And then when we start attaching finally to somebody, we start feeling unsure and anxious. We need reassurance. And guess what a narcissist doesn't like to do? They don't like emotional intimacy, sexual intimacy, but they don't like emotional intimacy, connection. They don't want to reassure you. They will not meet your emotional needs. And so that kicks in the unsure, anxious attachment style, and we stay there, wondering, hoping, waiting, always waiting for them emotionally, not so much physically, emotionally, to be there. But they're absent. The narcissist could have avoidant types of attachment styles. There's several different ones, but they get more avoidant because they weren't close. So if you take the institutionalized child who never had emotional attention, never, they develop into an adult that way. That's their attachment style. They don't want it. They seek attachment. When they start attaching, they become avoidant and push you away. Narcissist. And the narcissist could have the perfect mother and the perfect father, they'll tell you. And they gave me everything I needed. Except, when the narcissist had needed help, mom's gone. No, screw you. I don't get to talk about that. Oh, don't worry about that. That's so stupid. That's what dumb kids think about. Not you. You're the best. You're smartest. So, do you see that? No emotional connection. No emotional attachment. Or there's attachment, but then it's... See that? So, any questions anybody has about this stuff, let me know. I made a video about this that's in the Healing c-ptsd playlist, if you're interested. Maybe I'll make another one. Thank you, Nessa. Next question is from, and I'm really sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, Jorja, Georgia. I don't think it's silent. I have to guess. I'm sorry. If it's wrong, please correct me. Let me know if one or both of the J's are silent. Quiet borderlines don't outwardly rage at people, but all people with BPD have fearful, avoidant attachment. That's our problem, stemming from fear of abandonment. We want to be close to you, but are afraid you will leave. It kicks in once we emotionally attach to you. She's correct. I guess Georgia, hope you're saying it right, has been diagnosed with borderline, and I'm guessing you're more of a inwardly quiet borderline. And you're right, this is attachment. So we think we know somebody as we're relating to them, getting to know them, but we haven't attached yet. And do you see that? And then once we attach, things change. What happened? I don't get it. Right? It was so good in the beginning. But if we have massive fear of abandonment, there's no reason to have fear of abandonment for someone I just met. Someone I just go to their house, but then I really start liking them, start having feelings for them, start attaching to them, and now I think they're going to leave. And that's because we didn't have security. They didn't have security as a child. They were never secure, never reassured. Fear of abandonment, even if you're there, you're going to leave. So it's the feelings we have when we first attach. And thank you. And I'm sorry if I got your name wrong. But thank you for your comment. Was there anything else I wanted to say to that? No, a fearful, avoidant attachment. Yeah, see, the avoidant attachment style comes from less and less and less emotional attention. See that? Okay, next one is from Music Junkie 1993. Hello. You have talked previously about the preemptive strike. You said toxic people are not the only ones who do this. We survivors do it too. Have you been guilty of this? And if yes, can you share your experience? Can you also explain the difference between survivor preemptive strike versus toxic preemptive strike? I hope that makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. There's not really much of a difference. It's a behavior, an action. There might be different reasons. I don't know, but I didn't mean to make it separate. I call it a preemptive strike. That's not something I picked up or heard somewhere. But if I have such fear of abandonment, someone with the worst fear of abandonment issues, could very typically abandon everyone and not be conscious, aware of it. Think about it. If all that matters to me, if I'm just ruled by fear of abandonment, I'm going to perceive it where it doesn't exist. Very common. I've joked about this. It's not really a joke, but it's to show the extremity of it, where I have gotten like a raise and you're going to leave me. That's all it took. $1. $1. You're going to leave me. And I'm like, it's only $1. If I work an 8-hour shift, it's $8. I'm going to leave you. Why? Why would I not leave you now? And that's all it took. $8 and I'm gone. See ya. Woo, I made it. Do you see that though? Everything means you're going to leave me. And it's just total defense mechanism. I don't know how to protect myself. I'm dependent on others. My life is in your hands. Don't kill me. Don't leave me. And if it's this bad, the only control I may think I have, leave first. Don't get hurt. The problem when borderlines or anybody does this is you are abandoning yourself because you have feelings. You have a relationship, a commitment, something you're looking forward to, promises, all these things, then you're abandoning it. You abandon yourself. You sabotage that relationship because you thought they might leave you. Without talking, without asking, without reassuring yourself, comforting yourself, without getting the help that you need before entering relationships. Emotional security is number one. We have to both feel secure in a relationship, but if I can't feel secure on my own, it will never work in a relationship. And that's the problem with borderlines. They parentify people and they say, I'm not going to reassure myself. You are. You're going to reassure me all the time. And that's external. It's never enough. It'll never work until I learn to reassure myself. And then in relationships, I need reassuring. I can reassure myself to a point, but if you're gone all night, if you're not answering my texts, and we're all different, if I need reassurance, then I want people in my life that don't mind reassuring me. Some people don't want to reassure. I don't mind reassuring people I love. I'll reassure you all the time. Oh, and I've never been guilty of it, as far as I know. No, I've literally not ended many relationships in my life. I've been dumped quite a bit. I've ended the healthier relationships, and the sickest people in the world have dumped me, if that makes sense. I don't have fear of abandonment. One thing I'm pretty good at is reassuring myself. Now, I have been insecure in relationships. They didn't start that way. It's all good. You're all good, honey. Go out, I've done crazy things. Like I used to bartend, work at nights, and I'd pay my friends. I'd give my friends money to take my girlfriend out. Go out, show her a good time. I lots of trust. It was when they started lying and cheating, and then I feel insecure. But no, I've never broken up with people or ended relationships too early just because I'm afraid they're going to leave me. I'll tell them I feel that way, but I can reassure myself. I hope I answered your question. Let me know, please. Thank you. Next question is from Franz from Belgium. Hello, Franz. Or maybe Franz. Hans and Franz. Can you tell me how I can have a discussion with an emotional, immature person? Every time I want to bring up an issue and try to find a solution, the other person reacts emotionally immature. Uh-oh. Being defensive, need to be right, taking everything personal, passive-aggressive, use guilt as manipulation, etc. And the conversation just derails and nothing gets resolved. How do I approach this? Okay, well, if you want to leave it open like that, how do I approach this, all of this? Because what this person doing is gross. It's a manipulation. So it just starts making me wonder, why? Why? What are you trying to do? Have a healthier relationship? Are you dating this person? Is this a coworker that you have to get along with? That's what makes me wonder. If you feel like telling me, let me know. Maybe I can answer your question better if you give me more details like that. That honestly, this is all manipulation. So we don't interact with people like this. You can tell them, but I'll try to answer your question. Okay. Most important in communication is feelings. It's the most important thing in the world. Matter of fact, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what I do. It only matters how you feel about it, right? If you don't feel you did something wrong, doesn't feel bad, doesn't matter, no. Right? If I did something that doesn't feel good, there's a problem. If I did something that doesn't feel bad or good or all, there's no problem, right? And we all react differently. There's things that I could do that offend you, won't offend someone else. So am I right or wrong? No, not. So what we do when we tell somebody is we communicate how it feels. Most important. When we start saying, you did this, you did that, you did this, an emotionally immature person definitely ain't going to handle that very well. I don't know who would. We start getting defensive and so I have to defend myself and protect myself. And that's how they probably feel. So first thing that's really most important is know what you want before going into this. Ask yourself, what do I want in this relationship? Whatever it is, whether it's a coworker, I just want peace. Whether it's a lover, I want emotional connection. Okay? What do I want? And that's what I work towards. But the second part that's really important is, are they capable of doing this? Okay? If you say, oh, I want a really loving marriage with this person, and they're take everything personal and they're passive aggressive and they use guilt as manipulation and very defensive, good luck. It's not going to happen. We have to accept that this person may not be capable of it. You may want to go to a marriage counsel first and try and see if it works out. But if they aren't trying, that's it. It's done. If they aren't all in, balls deep in that stuff and just, yeah, that's what I want more than anything in the world, not going to work. Not going to work. So know what you want. Okay? And be very honest with yourself and say, is this person capable of giving this to me? And if you think that they are, then we can go try. And we tell them, most important, their name, how it feels, and what I want. Do you see that? I'm not putting all the attention on what they do, because maybe they didn't do it. Maybe you didn't catch it. Maybe it doesn't bother someone else. And they say that, oh, it doesn't bother me when I do it. And why does it bother you? You're sensitive. No, yeah, it bothers me, period. It bothers me. And if they don't care, what are you going to do? People I care about, all you got to do is tell me how you feel. That's it. My best friend says, I feel sad today. That's all. That's all she needs to say. Why? What's the matter? What happened? What can I do? Do you see that? But if I got a partner, I feel so sad because of this, and would you please stop? And no, I'm not too sensitive. Just please stop. Let's go to counseling. No, you don't want to. Okay. No, it's done. It's over. So I don't know why you're asking, but I hope I was clear. Know exactly what you want, number one. Number two, are they capable of doing it? Number three, if you want to try, then you tell them. You tell them how this relationship makes me feel, what they're doing. Just list all the emotions. The more emotions, the better communicating, right? You make me feel sad, upset, frustrated, angry, resentful. I'm starting to regret. And this is what I want from you. I hope that helps. And if they can go any further than that, then you can start telling them what you're doing is causing this. It's when you do this, makes me feel this. You're not a bad person. But when you do this, and other people may not mind, I get it, but it makes me feel this way. Because here's the most important word, acceptance. Accept this person for who they're showing you they are today, and then decide if you want to accept them in your life. But we can't control people. We can't help them and change them. Even when you think they're just right there. They've been there before. God. Accept it. And I'm sorry. This, no matter what the relationship is, doesn't feel good. I'm sure. Salema from France again. Hi, Salema. I'm glad you like the question about what makes you peaceful. It is important to know what calms us down. Hey, but you forgot the question about the emotional chart. Thanks for the links you recommended. Okay, I'm not quite sure. And then here's some more. Thanks for answering the question, whether or not you used an emotional chart in your healing journey. I asked you another question too about how to use the emotional charts. You suggested to teach your processing emotions step work. So could you please get into more detail of how you personally deal with emotions? Okay, so I made a video about this also in the Healing c-ptsd playlist if anyone's interested in this information. Emotional charts can be very beneficial. I've studied them. I've seen how they work. I never used one in my healing. I had a professional that said you're actually very aware of your emotions for the situation you're in. They didn't feel I needed an emotional chart. What I've done though a few years ago is I learned exactly, I figured out what I think is a good process to our emotions, what to do with our emotions. I'll go through that real quick and let me know, Salema and anyone else, if you don't understand, you have more questions, okay? Emotions are our body doing things. Emotions, I'm not telling you how I feel. I'm telling you my emotions. My hair standing up on my arms. I got a lump in my throat. I have perspiration on my lip. My palms are sweaty. These are just emotions. Things my body are doing. Energy in motion. If I'm not aware, self-aware, because one of my self-awareness, parts of my true authentic self are my feelings, my emotions. If I'm not aware of this, I can't help myself feel better. I don't know what's causing it. I keep doing it, right? So emotions are my body doing things. Awareness of what this is and what we call them are feelings. And there's some professionals that believe that we may have tens and tens of thousands of different emotions. Crazy, isn't it? So it's really good to be aware. You can tell people that aren't aware, when you ask them how they feel, they say fine. And then they start going, oh my God, blah, 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 blah. You're like, well, you just told me you feel fine. If fine's not general enough, now you're exploding on me. How about I'm really upset? I've even called people out. Oh God, blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry you're so upset. I'm not upset. Okay? One, my body's doing things. What is it? What is it called? Remember this, and this? Maybe that's fear. Maybe that's stress. Maybe it's anxiety. Okay? And this doesn't matter, good or bad. We need to start knowing, being aware of our emotions. Because the second one, really important, why? What is the source? I help people every day, and a lot of people have to point out to them, hey, do you see that you just told me something you did a while ago felt good, but then you stopped doing it, but it feels good? And did you notice that since then you've been doing everything that feels bad? So if I know what feels bad, let's not do it. And if I know what feels good, let's do it. Especially right now if we're hurting real bad. We need to make ourselves feel better. It may seem elementary, it may seem so simple, but that's where a lot of us are at. I've known people that are not aware of their emotions. I've known people that don't know what it's called. I've known people that don't know why. I know people that don't know what to do. So what is the emotion? What is it called? What is my body doing? What is the source? Why? We've got to know this, guys. Emotions open and then they close. Or they stay open because we ignore them. You ignore fear, does it just go away? No. No, there's something we did to make the fear go away. And I know people that feel fear and they try to ignore it and it becomes phobia. And they'll tell you, I'm so scared. And it's the person that's being very general. I'm so scared. Why are you scared? I'm scared. What are you scared of? I'm scared of next week. What next week? I'm scared of Tuesday. What's happening on Tuesday? On Tuesday, I got a test, an exam. What are you scared of? Of failing, David. Have you studied? Oh, yeah. Could you study anymore? Not really. I've studied so much. I know it so well. Then why would you fail? Well, I used to fail in other tests. But if you would have just thought it through like we just did together, you would have realized I've studied. I'm good. I'm not afraid of it. We stop. And this is parents not teaching you to do this. A really good parent would watch your body, look at your body, make you do that. What's wrong with your body? What's your body doing? How's it feeling? Oh, it's called this. Do you know why? Oh, because Susie at school today did this to you? Okay, here's what we do. So, what's the emotion? What's the source? Where's it from? Can you do something about it? Because if there isn't, if there's nothing we can do about it, we need to know this and we need to accept it. I can't change so-and-so. I can't make them listen to me. It's so frustrating, it keeps stressing me out. Well, they're not listening. Is there nothing I can do about it? Accept it. Is there something I can do about it? Always do something about it, like anxiety. Don't tell me there's nothing you can do about anxiety. For one, there's something that's causing it. Fix that. Two, there's plenty of things we can do about anxiety. I'm not saying it can even all go away, but we can manage it better. We can raise our heart rate. We can eat food. We can take a supplement. We can call up a friend. I hope I helped you understand, Salama, and the rest of you that are confused. We need to process our emotion. It's responsible. We have to be responsible for our own emotions. We have to accept them. And what makes us feel good, we need to know so we keep doing it. And what makes us feel bad, we need to know so we stop. Okay? Hope that makes sense. Thank you for asking. I hope I answered your question this time, Salama. Please let me know. Another question from Salama. I read that couples separate and divorce because of emotional dependence. And this survey was concerning healthy people. I guess the percentage must be much higher concerning people with c-ptsd. What do you think of it? Well, a survey based on people leaving because of emotional dependence wouldn't be healthy, right? It's not interdependence or independence. It's dependence. Dependence is unhealthy. So marriages that end because of emotional dependence we're not talking about healthy people, right? Relationships will end at a higher rate for people with c-ptsd. Yes, makes sense to me. If you really understand what c-ptsd is, and this may be open for debate, it's not even in the DSM yet, but it's complex, post-traumatic stress disorder. It's emotional, which is the worst. And it's over prolonged time, your childhood, your entire childhood. All of it means we don't know how to manage relationships very well. So of course we're going to have bigger problems. And I try to pound this into you guys that your experience and healing from it isn't about feeling better. If that's your goal, you'll achieve it. And then what? It's a nasty cycle. Trust me. It's not about feeling better. We'll feel better. We need to make ourselves feel better. We'll feel better. But we've got to do the most important thing in our life. Have relationships, learn how to communicate, learn how to be agreeable and not so agreeable, and learn what our emotional needs are, and learn how to meet them and meet them for other people. There's a lot of stuff we need to learn that our parents never taught us because they were simply bad examples and didn't know. That's why we have c-ptsd. And so if we don't heal from this, meaning we don't feel better, and we don't learn how to have successful relationships, of course they're going to all fail. All fail. And failure doesn't mean break up. So where you guys say, well, I know someone who stayed together for 30 years. They have c-ptsd. Doesn't mean that's a good relationship. Probably isn't. Probably not having emotional security, emotional privacy, emotional connection, emotional autonomy, all these things. We can stay together. You and I, all of us, we've stayed in relationships for years without our emotional needs being met. And now we have c-ptsd. Okay? The reason people separate and divorce, the biggest, first thing in relationships usually lasts 7 months to a little longer, and that's because there's something someone can't accept about the other person. They realize they found out about this now, or they realize I thought I could accept it, I can't accept it. The biggest reason people separate and divorce is things like not in love, not attracted to you anymore. The study you read, I'm interested in that study. If you want to send it to me, Salama, you said it's because of emotional dependence. That typically doesn't develop in relationships with people that are emotionally responsible to begin with, that never had problems like this. People that have problems in emotional dependency in relationships had it in their childhood. It's not something typically that develops later. There's reasons emotional dependency develops, and it's not being emotionally responsible for myself. And then there's enmeshment. We stop our emotional privacy and get too involved in our own lives. We don't have emotional autonomy anymore, and everything's two together. I stop hanging out with my friends, you stop hanging with your friends, we start fighting. Hey, I feel this way, it's your responsibility to do this. And we don't better ourselves and fix addictions and stuff like this. And so it becomes emotionally dependent, but it wasn't healthy then. So it's not healthy people. That would not be the number one reason healthy people separate and divorce. My opinion. Hope I answered your question. I'm not sure if I did. Please let me know. Let's see here. Sorry. I got a little lost here. Somebody asked a question, and I can't find it, but I found something here. So I got a comment. Someone said, David, you really are red pill. I didn't know that. I thought so, and then I realized later, yeah, you totally are. And then Rory said a comment like, when I looked up the red pill term, it was more political nowadays, and it means this stuff about gender stuff, and I agree. I didn't know that. What I believe, Miles, I think it was, that says I'm more red pill. This is something that started from the movie Matrix. The blue pill, red pill. Blue pill, keep lying to yourself, don't accept reality. Red pill, you accept reality no matter how bad it may hurt. I think that's what Miles means, because I'm very direct, I'm very to the point, I can be very abrasive, very abrupt. I get to the point, I don't dick around. I think that's what he means. The other connotation that is being used online of recently, I never heard of that, I didn't know that. And I don't think that's what Miles meant, but I could be wrong. Let me know, Miles. Okay, JR. Totally forgot where you're from. And I don't even think I said it this video. You guys let us know your locations if you can. Thanks. So JR says, damn, so someone can't have fearful attachment and not be borderline though? And I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. I like this person in that situation I mentioned, but it's a good thing. I'm in emotional detachment mode right now, and I never do attach quickly to anyone anyway. I might never come out of detachment though. Maybe that's better. You will detach from a person if they're out of your life. Yes. Just like you'll attach to anybody that's in your life enough. You'll detach from anybody when they're out of your life. You said, I got to be real. Why are there so many stories of males with bad BPD relationships with females? Because there's so many more BPD females. Right? Doesn't that make sense? Just like, why are there so many more women talking about having relationships with narcissists, men? Well, because there's more narcissist men. Just simple statistics. You said, I mean, there's thousands of channels with comments on all of them, probably numbering the hundreds of millions of men going through this. I can't ignore that. I'm not basing it only on the women I've known. I know I've met a very small portion compared to the global population, but what about all these other men with similar stories? I can't stick my head in the sand. This is a bigger problem than the online statistics are saying. And yeah, statistics, especially with this stuff, I never give it too much credibility. This stuff, most of it goes under the radar. It's really hard to have accurate statistics. But JR, first of all, this is your experience, and this is common. So just to get this out of the way, you're going to have somebody that says, oh, I don't know if I've ever known a narcissist. I don't know. Maybe, probably, whatever. And then you're going to have someone, really? I dated 10. My parents are narcissistic. My boyfriend and my husband and my friends are narcissistic. Why does this happen to me? Geez, there's a reason, okay? So you're going to have more common experiences like this. And as you're looking and healing, you're going to see more and more men healing from this. So let's just get this out of the way right now. Even 1% of the United States would be 33 million. Do you get my point? So if you're looking for survivors, you're going to find them. You're going to find the 33 million, maybe 10 million. Do you see that? Simple. I truly believe there's more male narcissists, and I believe there's more female borderlines with the work and the experience and everything I've done. I find more women talking about their experiences with narcissists, and I find more men talking about their experiences with borderline. Simple. Is it getting worse? Yeah. It's on the rise. It's getting worse. It's becoming more and more socially accepted. Narcissism is great nowadays. Self-promotion, stuff like this, being fake, just whatever you can see. Yeah, great, neat. We love it. People love it. Borderline women being nasty to men and beating men and stuff like this is more accepted. Who cares? It only matters if men are bad physically. It doesn't matter if women are. Who cares? That's it. So you're going to have more men online if you're looking as a survivor of one, of a borderline. You're going to find other men with stories. Are you looking for victims of bipolar? No, you're looking for victims of borderline. You're going to find more men. Okay? I hope that makes sense. That's just my opinion too. Like I said, I don't put too much into statistics either. And keep asking me more questions. Pope from Ireland. How many times did you question your intelligence and environment while you were being put down from your abusers? Me, I never did. And I'm very on my own because of it. Do you feel the same way? It's pretty general when you say my abusers. I've had quite a lot of people abuse me. When I was a child, yes. To a certain point, everyone's story is different. I was adopted, and my father left when I was very young. Took me and my brother back when I was 10. And because of a bunch of things my father did, I never trusted him. I wouldn't attach to him. I didn't like him. I wanted to be nowhere near him. So he could call me, I won't even say the words here, but it's pretty bad. He can call me some bad name. It might hurt a little bit, but not as bad as it hurt you, if your dad did, because I didn't like my dad. Screw my dad. Didn't respect him, didn't trust him, wanted nothing to do with him. So he can call me names, didn't hurt as bad. Didn't make me doubt myself. He'd say, if I wore an earring, he'd call me the F word, say I'm gay and stuff, 12, 13. That's not very easy for a boy to deal with, but it didn't make me question my sexuality. He said, my dad's an asshole, who cares? I got an earring, screw him, but I mean, you said you never, I doubt that, Pope. I doubt that. Gaslighting is pretty nasty, especially from a delusional person who believes it. You keep hearing it every day, you might start doubting yourself. I mean, my parents made me doubt myself, like I'm some kind of bad, dirty person, for telling me that for so long, a little bit. Or things I want to do are always bad. Like if I want to do it, that's not realistic, that's stupid, Oh, I want to go, live near a beach and be able to go surfing or something. Oh, no, that's not practical. That's just stupid. You'll never get anything done. You'll be a total loser. What are you, And so that sunk in my head for quite a number of years after I left my house. I heard that. I think of something I want to do. That's not practical. That's stupid. What are you doing? People don't really do that. So I have to say, yeah. But I think I was a lot stronger than most people because of my condition, my situation as a kid. Like I said, my dad left at 5. And before he left, he did some horrific things to my mom and to me and stuff I just didn't like and hated him and didn't trust him. And then I didn't attach to him anymore. I think I might have been attached to him then, but he abandoned us at 10. When I went back to him, I didn't want his approval. I didn't want his attention. I didn't want these things that children want from their father. Do you see that? So it's always situations that determine these things. They're always different. We always react different. So, but that's pretty hard for me to believe that, Pope. If you have the horrific relationships that you've had in your adulthood, which I believe you have, then there's some severe problems in your childhood. And there's no way a young few-year-old brain forming knows exactly what's going on in their environment, no matter what their parents tell them. Just something to think about. But thanks for the question, Pope. And that's it, guys. That's all the questions today. Thank you very, very much. I hope some of you are in a better mood today. Hope some of my mood rubbed off on you. Ask questions. Ask me anything you want to let you know if they're too personal or private. Please consider signing the petition. And always love yourself first, guys. Okay? Always. Have a good week. And I'll see you next Monday. Hit the notification bell. You'll know when more videos come out this week. And anybody that wants coaching, you can find me at daviddemars.com. Thank you. Love yourself first. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.